What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Afro SheepDog. Today we're going to be reacting to one of the most recent videos by Sowell, great American philosopher, real true mind, right? Real true independent thinker. So today we're going to be listening to one of his most recent videos. As always, like, subscribe, and tell a friend to tell a friend. We getting a flock back together, you feel me?
One of the many signs of the degeneration of our times is how many serious, even life and death issues are approached as talking points in a game of verbal fencing. Nothing illustrates this more than the fatuous and even childish controversy about torturing captured terrorists. People's actions often make far more sense than their words. Most of the people who are talking lofty talk about how we mustn't descend to the level of our enemies would themselves behave very differently if presented with a comparable situation, instead of being presented with an opportunity to be morally one-up with rhetoric. What if it was your mother or your child who was tied up somewhere beside a ticking time bomb and you had captured a terrorist who knew where that was? Face it, what you would do to that terrorist to make him talk would make waterboarding look like a picnic. You wouldn't care what the New York Times would say or what world opinion in the UN would say. You would save your loved.
That's true. That's true. I'm telling you. I mean, if it's me or any member of my family, and you put me in that situation, shit, forget the put me in a war situation. You put that right now, just in the general situation that we have. Shit, I can guarantee you one damn thing. Alright, somebody's walking out of there and it's my family. I promise you that. Promise you that. So yeah, that's again putting ourselves in realistic situations, man. Before you make these wild, wild thoughts about what you might do. I'm just talking shit. Let's get it.
One's life and tell those other people what they could do. But if the United States behaves that way, it is called arrogance, even by American citizens. Indeed, even by the American president. There is a big difference between being ponderous and being serious. It is scary when the President of the United States is not being serious about matters of life and death, saying that there are other ways of getting information from terrorists. Maybe this is a step up from the previous talking point that torture had not gotten any important information out of terrorists. Only after this had been shown to be a flat-out lie did Barack Obama shift his rhetoric to the.
How could you even present that as a rhetoric? What? It's been done for thousands of years. That's torture is as much a part of human culture as war is. God damn it.
Lame assertion that unspecified
Best
other
believe we didn't get
ways could have been
information.
used.
Stupid.
For a man whose whole life has been based on style rather than substance, on rhetoric rather than reality, perhaps nothing better could have been expected. But that the media and the public would have become so mesmerized by the Obama cult that they could not see through this to think of their own survival or that of this nation is truly a chilling thought. When
Has that changed? Why is that a chilling thought? Has that changed? Literally, that is our day to day. Has that changed? Am I tripping? That's not changed, right? Let me know in the comments. Has that changed? We are right there today. People, what? People are happy to give up their freedoms just to run with the rhetoric. That's groupthink. That's why this channel was created. Right? And just a plug for the channel. Hey, this is Afro SheepDog. Here we bringing the flock back together. Right? No more groupthink. Independent minds with a similar goal.
we look back at history, it is amazing what foolish and even childish things people said and did on the eve of a catastrophe about to consume them. In 1938, with Hitler preparing to unleash a war in which tens of millions of men, women, and children would be slaughtered, the play that was the biggest hit on the Paris stage was a play about French and German reconciliation, and a French pacifist that year dedicated his book to Adolf Hitler. When historians of the future look back on our era, what will they think of our time? Our media too squeamish to call murderous and sadistic terrorists anything worse than militants or insurgents. Our president going abroad to denigrate the country that elected him, pandering to feckless allies and outright enemies, and literally bowing to a foreign tyrant ruling a country from which most of the 9/11 terrorists came? It is
Thomas, oh my gosh. I mean, in summary though, right? In summary though, that is a summation of that man's legacy right there.
easy to make talking points about how Churchill did not torture German prisoners, even while London was being bombed. There was a very good reason for that. They were ordinary prisoners of war, who were covered by the Geneva Convention, and who didn't know anything that would keep London from being bombed. Whatever the verbal fencing over the meaning of the word torture, there is a fundamental difference between simply inflicting pain on innocent people for the sheer pleasure of it, which is what our terrorist enemies do, and getting life-saving information out of the terrorists by whatever means are necessary. The left has long confused physical parallels with moral parallels. But when a criminal shoots at a policeman and the policeman shoots back, physical equivalence is not moral equivalence. And what American intelligence
Facts.
agents have done to captured terrorists is not even physical equivalence. If we have reached the point where we cannot be bothered to think beyond rhetoric or to make moral distinctions, then we have reached the point where our own survival in an increasingly dangerous world of nuclear proliferation can no longer be taken for granted.
Whew. Jam-packed. Jam-packed. He said a lot of nuggets in that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I didn't see no lies. I didn't see no lies. And in fact, it is it is radically ironic how similar the nation has become under the current administration as it was under Biden. I mean, the same devices are applied, the same foreign policy is applied. Whew. The only difference is now the facade is out the window, right? The old man can't do the dance anymore, and the old man can't do the dance that the young buck nigga was doing, you know. Oof. As always, it's your boy Giddy, Mr. Afro SheepDog himself. Thank you for joining me. See you on the next one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your people. Let them know.